Good morning, all of you. Today's class is juvenile delinquency and other behavioral problems. So, first of all, we should know what is human behavior. So, what is human behavior? It is the collection of activities performed by human beings and influenced by culture, attitudes, emotions, values, ethics, authority, and persuasion and/or coercion. So this is human behavior. It is collection of activities are performed by human beings and influenced by some factors. So that is human behavior. So it may be varied. So there is some range of behavior is there. It may be common or unusual behavior or acceptable behavior or outside acceptable limits. Next. So there are some behavioral problems. So there are 5 types of behavioral problems are there. So first one is problems antisocial in nature. So this is one behavioral problem. And other one is habit disorders. Some of the persons are having habit disorders and personality disorders and psychomatic complaints and educational difficulties. So these are the behavioral problems. And we will see one by one. So what are the problems antisocial in nature? So these are the problems antisocial in nature. Stealing, lying, gambling, cruelty, sexual offences and destructiveness. So these are the problems antisocial in nature. Next. Second one, that is habit disorders. These disorders related to habits. One is thumb sucking, nail biting, and bedwetting and masturbation. These are habit disorders. Third one, these are personality disorders. So jealousy, temper tantrums, timidity, shyness, daydreaming, fears, anxieties, unsociability, and hysterical manifestations. So some of the disorders, so some usually will face anxiety, fear, shyness, jealousy. These are usually we will have. Next, psychomatic complaints. Some people are having tremors, headache, asthma, depression, delusion, and hallucinations. These are psychomatic complaints. Next, educational difficulties, backwardness in studies, school phobia, and school failures. These are the educational difficulties faced by the children. Next, there are some other behavioral problems also there. A mental deficiency, organic diseases, and failure in adjustment to external environment. These are the various behavioral problems. So now we will going to discuss about what is juvenile delinquency. So anybody heard about juvenile delinquency? And okay, sorry. Answer to these behavioral problems: how we can control or prevent. So by improvement of living conditions and better social environment and education. So next comes to juvenile delinquency. What is juvenile delinquency? So before going to that, so then who will consider as a juvenile? When you will say? Anybody? Anybody? is juvenile? Meghana? Next. So juvenile is a boy who has not attained the age of 16 years or a girl who has not attained the age of the 18 years. So for boys it is under the age of 16 years. For girl it is under the age of 18 years. So these people will be called as juveniles. So then what is delinquent or delinquency? So delinquency is the Children Act 1960 defines delinquent as a child who has committed offense. So if a child committed offense will be known as delinquent. So then what is juvenile delinquents? So nothing but crimes committed by the children or under the age of 16 or 18 years. So, and delinquency is not merely a juvenile crime. Not only crimes, there are some other deviations also there. So who are committed crimes only, not juvenile delinquents. There are some deviations from the normal youth behavior. These people also will be called as juvenile delinquents. So we will see who are there. So children who are habitually disobedient. Some children usually disobedient. So those people also juvenile delinquents. And who desert homes and mix with the immoral people and those with the behavioral problems. As I said, there are so many behavioral problems. Those are also delinquents. And indulging in antisocial practices. So these people also can be called as delinquents. So not only committing crimes. Next. So then what is juvenile delinquency? So it is defined as a law violation committed by a person under the age of majority, usually. So majority, below the age of majority. That is usually for males it is under 18, for females it is under 16. So according to which act? Children's Act 1960. So this is juvenile delinquency. So what is the incidence of the juvenile delinquency? So in US, it is 2% of the children between 7 and 17 years attend juvenile courts. So there are so many crimes committed by the children in the US. And in India, it is increasing during past 2 to 3 years. Why it is increasing? It is due to there is so many changes in the cultural patterns. Nowadays we are seeing I think after introduction of the Geo, people are addicted to internet. So everyone are using internet. Cultural patterns of the people and urbanization and industrialization. So these are the reasons for increasing the juvenile delinquency. And the highest incidence is among which age group? That is among 15 years and above. So who will commit crimes? More boys are committing more crimes than the girls. So juvenile delinquency is more among boys. Next. So what are the antisocial crimes? So violent crimes. Violent crimes are simple assault, homicide, sexual assault, robbery and assault aggravated by the use of a weapon or by an intent to kill. So this is violent crimes. And property crimes, vandalism, burglary, larceny, theft, motor vehicle theft and arson. These are property crimes. Next, antisocial crimes. Weapons law violations, possessions or distribution of the controlled substances, driving under the influence, liquor law violations, drunkenness, disorderly conduct, and non-forcible sexual contact and sexual exploitation. Okay. The status offences. There are behaviors that are law violations only for youth. These are known as status offenses. So these include running away from the home, truancy, curfew violations, and underage drinking. These are status offenses. And in many of these cases, juvenile is need of proper supervision. So there are some theories related to juvenile delinquency. So strain theory, differential theory, labeling theory, male phenomenon. So these are the 4 theories under juvenile delinquency. What is strain theory? According to strain theory, it holds that crime is caused by the difficulty faced in achieving socially valued goals by legitimate means by those in poverty. So this is strain theory. And what is differential theory? It suggests young people are motivated to commit crimes by delinquent ways and learn criminal skills from them. This is due to peer pressure. And labeling theory. The idea is that once labeled as a deviant, a young person may accept that role and be more likely to associate with others who have been similarly labeled. That is labeling theory. And male phenomenon. So youth crime is disproportionately committed by young men. So more crimes are committed by men. So what are the causes? Causes of juvenile delinquency. So there are biological causes, social causes and other causes. So what are biological causes? So these are the biological causes. Hereditary defects, feeble-mindedness, physical defects, glandular imbalance, and a survey of criminal patients demonstrated some of them are having an extra Y chromosome, that is XY super males. This is also one of the reasons. So these are the biological causes. Next. And social causes. So example, broken family. So death of the parents, separation of the parents, or stepmother. So disturbed home conditions. So these are the social causes of juvenile delinquency. And the parental neglect, poverty. So due to broken family or death of the parents or separation of the parents, so children will become delinquents because lack of family support or emotional support. So they will become delinquents. So what are the other causes? So usually youth are more influenced by the TV, cinema, or internet, multimedia. So cinemas and TVs, they will have more impact on youth. And absence of recreations or cheap recreations, and urbanization and industrialization, slum dwelling. So in urban area, there are slow slum areas are there. And lack of parental awareness, media. So these are the other causes. And some are other, drug addiction, modern way of life also. So it is due to peer pressure and alcoholism. So what we can do? So there should be an appropriate intervention. To juvenile delinquency is crucial in order to help correct the delinquents' improper behavior and sends the right message to other youth. So appropriate intervention is needed. And other thing is prevention. So prevention and early intervention prevent juvenile delinquency from evolving into adult criminal behavior. So what are the preventive measures we can take? How we can prevent juvenile delinquency? So we should start from the home, I think. So improvement of the family life. So well-adjusted family, if the family support the children well, so they won't become delinquents. And parents prepared for the parenthood and meeting needs of the children. So parents should supply the needs of the children. Otherwise, they will become delinquents. And second one, after family, important place is schooling. So proper schooling and the behavioral training is also important. And healthy teacher and pupil relationship also important. So schooling, after family, schooling. Then social welfare services. So, recreation facilities, parent counseling, child guidance, educational facilities, and adequate general health services. So these are the social welfare services. So family support, schooling, proper schooling, and social welfare services. So what next, coming to interventions. So there are some acts related to juvenile delinquency or related to children. The Juvenile Justice Act 1986 is the primary legal framework for the justice in India. So we will see different acts related to children. First one is the Children's Act 1960. So it was amended in 1977. So what it will provide? It provides for the care, maintenance, welfare, training, education, and rehabilitation of the delinquent child. So that is Children Act. And what it will cover? It will cover the neglected and destitute, socially handicapped, uncontrollable, victimized, and delinquent children. And in Article 39, the Constitution of India provides that the state shall in particular direct its policy towards securing that childhood and youth are protected against moral and material abandonment. So this is Children's Act. So it will provide the care, prevention and training. Next. So this is Children's Act. Next comes to Juvenile Justice Act 1986. And it provides comprehensive scheme for care, protection, treatment, development and rehabilitation of the delinquent juveniles. When the new act has come into force from 2nd October 1987. So what are the some of the features of this Juvenile Justice Act 1986? So we'll see what are the salient features or special features of the act. First one is what it provides a uniform legal framework for juvenile justice in the country so as to ensure that no child under any circumstances is put in jail or police lockup. So this is first feature. And second one, it envisages specialized approach towards prevention and treatment of the juvenile delinquency in keeping with the development needs of the children. Next, third one. So it established norms and standards for administration of Juvenile Justice Act in terms of investigation, care, treatment and rehabilitation of the juveniles. And it lays down appropriate linkages and coordination between the formal systems of juvenile justice and voluntary organization. And it specifically defines the roles and responsibilities of the both. So these are the features of the Juvenile Justice Act. And next, Juvenile Justice Act 2000. After 1986, Juvenile Justice Act 2000. So it is an act to consolidate and amend the law relating to the juveniles in conflict with the law and children in need of the care and protection. So what it will provide? It will provide care, protection and treatment and development needs, adapting a child-friendly approach in the adjudication and disposition of the matters in the best interest of the children and for their ultimate rehabilitation, care, protection, treatment and rehabilitation. Next. So there are three broad areas covered by Juvenile Justice Act 2000. So what are those? So first thing, juveniles in conflict with law. The act defines a juvenile child as a person who has not completed the age of the 18 years. Usually, if any person committed crime under 18 years, won't be punished. And children in need of the care and protection broadly as children who neglected, abused, and abandoned, victim and of any armed conflict or natural calamity among the others. And it also contains an exclusive chapter concerning rehabilitation and social integration of the children. So any act will talk about care, protection, treatment and rehabilitation. Next. So in order to implement its provisions and procedure, the Act provides for juvenile justice boards, child welfare committees, and institutional care through children's homes, observation homes, shelter homes, special homes, and aftercare organization. And non-institutional care through adoption, foster care, and sponsorship act, and aftercare, special juvenile police units, juvenile justice fund, central or state or district advisory boards, selection committee and inspection committee. So next comes to after 1986 Juvenile Justice Act and Juvenile Justice Act 2000. Next comes to latest act. This is latest Juvenile Justice Act. That is nothing but Care and Protection of the Children's Act. So it was started in 2015. So the amended act allows for juveniles in conflict with the laws in the age group of the 16 to 18 who have committed heinous offenses to be tried as adults. Usually, if children committed crimes, won't be punished. So they will send to Boston schools. So when juveniles will be tried as adults, so there are some certain conditions. There are some examples also there. So heinous offenses. So when when juvenile will committed heinous offenses, those should be treated as adults. So when it came into force in 2016, so there are 3 categories. So under these circumstances, under which a juvenile can be tried as an adult. So we'll treat as adult. If he committed offense, will imprison. So what are these 3 categories? Petty offenses, serious offenses, and heinous offenses. So what is petty offenses? So it includes the offenses for which the maximum punishment under the IPC or any other law for the time being enforces imprisonment up to 3 years. For petty offenses, up to 3 years. For serious offenses, includes offenses for which the punishment under IPC or any other law for the time being enforced is imprisonment between 3 to 7. For heinous offenses, it includes the offenses for which the minimum punishment up to 7 years, 3 years, 3 to 7 and 7 years. The children committed heinous offenses will be treated as adult. So this is the case in the example of this case. Nirbhaya case. So one juvenile was there in Nirbhaya case, but he was death to hang. So these are the following sections under the IPC which an offense committed by a juvenile can be considered as a heinous crime. So heinous crime is nothing but very cruel crime. So see, there are some sections so which a juvenile can be considered as a heinous crime. See, so section IPC 121. So what are the provision under the section? So waging or attempting or abetting to wage war against the government of India. Punishment is death or imprisonment for life. Section 195. Giving or fabricating false evidence with intent to procure conviction of offense with the imprisonment for lifetime or imprisonment. So minimum 7 years. 302. Punishment for the murder. 304B. Dowry death. 311. Punishment for thugs. Next, 326A. Acid attack causing permanent or partial damage. So minimum 10 years or and up to life. So section 370. Trafficking. human trafficking, minimum 7 years and up to life. Rape 376, if juvenile committed rape, so from 7 years to life. And 397, robber or dacoity without to cause of the death or grievous hurt. So minimum 7 years. And section 398, attempt to commit robbery or dacoity when armed with a deadly weapon. So minimum 7 years. So this is about juvenile delinquency. So you should remember this. What? Latest Juvenile Justice Act. Under Juvenile Justice Act 2015, if juvenile committed heinous crimes, he will be tried as an adult. So please remember this. So what is the definition of the juvenile delinquency, and what are the causes, and what are the interventions? So remember that. So it will come as 4 marks question. And you please remember the acts: Children's Act 1960 and Juvenile Justice Act 1986, 2000 and 2015. Thank you.